What is up, everybody? It is Friday. It is Saturday.
It's a sad day.
It is a sad day at the end of the day, but we appreciate you all for watching. It is Charlotte for the Week, season number 2, episode 16. And it is today.
Whatever day it is.
Whatever day it is that you're watching. Zaha, no more. So it was announced, he announced it actually, that he is no longer going to be a part of Charlotte FC moving forward. I'm sure some more stuff will come out on that as we...
the club confirmed it.
We know that part, but maybe what happened there, why they couldn't re-sign him, all that stuff. But we'll get into that later. Today is just a day of mourning, a day of hopefully, getting it out of the system and then a rebirth. So we decided we should start this one off with a eulogy to one and only Wilfried Zaha. Wilfried Zaha played 44 games for the Black and Blue. In those 44 games, he was able to get 27 goal contributions, 13 goals, 14 assists. Had a knack for the yellow card, had 17 yellow cards in his time here at Charlotte FC. Got 170 fouls against him, which was a record, by the way, 125 in the MLS last season. But more than that, what Zaha did for us was he brought eyes to Charlotte FC globally. He brought us legitimacy across. Everybody knew Charlotte FC when Wilfried Zaha stepped on the pitch. He had no problem holding people accountable. Sometimes maybe for the worst, sometimes maybe for the best. But in the end, he was our Wilf, and he will always be missed. Guys, thoughts, anything?
Our number 10, and dare I say, gone too soon.
Gone too soon. Agree.
I think Zaha with him brought his fair share of baggage, but I think he, especially once he said he was leaving, just seeing some of the comments the players and his teammates made and what he maybe was behind the scenes that we didn't see off the pitch and in that locker room, I think he's going to be really missed. I think we're going to definitely miss him on the pitch, but I think he did a lot of things behind the scenes that we weren't privy to, and I think it's easy to get caught up in the, he's always getting fouled, he gets yellow cards, but at the end of the day, I don't know a better number 10, or really, I think he's made a mark in his short time he was with us as a substantial and very important, integral part of Charlotte FC.
Absolutely.
27 goal contributions in 44 games. That's going to be hard to replace. I think it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride with Wilfried Zaha.
He is a lightning rod.
Highs and some low lows, unfortunately.
Yes.
I'd also say that he's the type of player that kind of he walks to his own beat, and it rubs some people the wrong way, and some people love it. And personally, I got tired of the antics, but I will certainly miss the goal contributions. But it does seem like he was a pretty good teammate to the other guys, just based on some of the comments that were made.
And anytime he touched the ball, you got a little bit more excited, like what could happen next. The heel flicks, just the class, right? That's what I'll remember most, I think, out of my time watching him here at Charlotte was, man, when he got on the ball, there was an instant energy. There was an instant energy, and yes, it just did so much. So, Gabby, yes, just cue the music. Quick moment of silence for our fallen number 10, Mr. Zaha. So now, on to the rest of the episode. Again, gone but not forgotten. Wilf, best of luck in the future. We love you on this show.
Yes, I will say, though, Wilf, we loved you in Charlotte. You better just carry your soccer journey elsewhere and outside of the MLS, or else I will have a hard time with this.
All of this redacted if you go to NYCFC. Yes. That is very true. But getting into the actual part of the show now, I guess, we just kind of started right into news for the week. Sorry, Gabby, for not kind of letting you know that right away. But yes, news for the week. Obviously, the Zaha is going to dominate that piece going, but there was other more positive news as well. And Brian, I guess I'll kind of pass it to you to get that started.
Yeah, positive news, but also for a negative reason. Will Cleary got his first MLS start for Nathan Byrne, who picked up a little nick. So
Yeah.
that was the bad part. But I thought Will Cleary played really well. We've watched him at Crown Legacy. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's the type of player that's just calm and just seems to sell it. Got really good foot skills and picked up his first assist, his first man of the match. So I think it's something to be excited about.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, one match, one man of the match. It's hard to do much better than that.
Yeah,
Obviously, like
that's
you said,
pretty daggone
we'll
good
get
start.
into a little bit later here.
And your twin,
and then
you're the evil twin.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe?
His twin right here. Yeah,
We're obviously fraternal.
We saw the matchup last week thanks to Gabby's amazing editing skills. I mean, we were pretty much identical. So shout out twin, first start, first man of the match.
He is the only one wearing glasses, mind you.
Work all right. But anyway, what else we got there?
This is no surprise. Our guy Tim Ream. Bobblehead week was fortuitous with the American flag. He is on the World Cup squad. Again, no surprise here.
Where's this flag? Oh, I was like, wait a second. Okay, I didn't realize I was looking at Brant over here.
And if you look at any sort of, this guy's a bit of a lightning rod too for the U.S. soccer base. They're not super happy that he's going to be on the squad, but hey, Charlotte FC player on the World Cup squad. We get some money for that too. I was reading an article where we get like $250,000 for just him being on the World Cup squad. So
if we'd have gotten 500 at Pat been able to.
Well, I don't know about Pat because he's not on our roster right now. But any club gets $250,000 from.
Well,
I guess it's FIFA or the U.S. Federation.
Of course,
it's
Federation.
FIFA. I'm not sure.
They got the
Plenty of money going around.
Yeah.
That's why the tickets.
I mean, I think people might think he's a lightning rod, but I think you can also expect him to have the captain's armband on some too.
Yeah, I think he will too.
Listen,
he starts. I think he's the captain.
We know what he's about. I mean, obviously, you don't want him isolated on the defensive side too often, but I mean, is he class? Absolutely. Does he know how to play? Absolutely. Can he communicate effectively with his teammates? Absolutely. That's why he's there. I don't care what anybody else is saying. He 100% deserves to be there with the United States. Again, a little bit more on them in a second. We'll tease that. But yes, congrats. Again, not unexpected, but yes, making the World Cup team is never something to shy away from or anything like that. So congrats, our boy Tim Ream on the team. What else do we got?
Well, we had some Crown Legacy news. So some of these guys potentially could maybe see their way onto the World Cup team eventually. I mean, Berkey Massey definitely is a player that plays for Legacy that already is making appearances for the under 19 team. So, but Crown Legacy, they did draw this week against New England 2-2 was the final. And then unfortunately New England won on PKs 4-3. So Camden and Johnson were your goal scorers. So Andrew Johnson, he's a defensive back, another good one. Fun to see him scoring as a defensive player. But even with that draw, Crown Legacy is still number one in the East with 27 points.
All right, and now we'll put a bow on that last segment. Again, shout out our boy Zaha. But moving in, kind of backwards this week, we'll go into the recap now. So continuing the positivity, Charlotte 1, New England Revolution 0. A clean sheet for the boys. Finally, you've been calling for it for a little while. Doing it down a man for quite a bit of the game as well. It was quite the game. Shout out Nanny, by the way. We did all of our predictions last week. Her over there chirping in the background. It's going to be 1-0. Sure enough, she was the only one correct on the show, so shout out, Nanny. 1-0 victory, a nice, tidy 1-0 victory.
Dina's favorite score.
And honestly, my favorite probably of the year so far. Obviously, recency bias, a little bit, sure. But what a game I thought the boys played. I mean, down a man for pretty much the entire second half. I mean, Schnegg got the red card in the 58th minute. So had to play a good 35 minutes with down a man. And really you couldn't tell. I mean, you go look at the stats. Charlotte really kind of dominated outside of possession, right? It was about a 60-40 possession for the Revolution. But overall, I just thought the boys were running. Toke with the goal, of course. I think that's back-to-back games with him with the goal now. Love to see that from our striker. Cleary, who we mentioned earlier, was the man of the match, got the assist on the goal. Really well-worked goal where they they cycled it in, had a good little opportunity, and then wasn't
like
quite
Gary.
there. Then it had to come back out. So, I really did think just overall it was very good. The partnership between Gianni and Westy continues to grow. I think they're looking really good in there. We know that from Westy, but Gianni, it's been my guy all year. Love watching him play, and I think he's really starting to be a little bit more consistent than what we saw early in the season. So obviously, going to have a couple months to keep trying to figure that out. But yeah, really good games from them. Like I said, I mean, New England had shots. I think they had like 18 shots or something, which is a little deceiving. Only like 4 on target, though, right? So
but we kind of knew that was their
exactly. Like we just
in.
kept them at bay. We kept them at bay, and they really, in my opinion, never had any big chances against us. We had the biggest chances of the game, and of course, we're able to convert on the one and then hold them to nil. So really, really good game going into the break. What did you guys think?
I was really happy with it. I mean, even with us going down a man, I didn't really feel like we were down a man, and we're just like, great, now we're going to have 35 minutes of just packing it in and trying to hold this lead. It was nice to see there were still opportunities, and really we should have won 2-0 because Pep should have scored on his breakaway.
Well, Zaha had a couple of good chances too in the box that he shot right at the keeper.
But I thought going off of the last 2 games we played of this homestand, I thought we were really looking like the Charlotte we know we can be and the Charlotte we look like we should be on paper. We actually put that on the pitch.
Yeah, I would agree that, I mean, we've been talking about them needing to show the energy on the pitch, particularly at home. I think they did that. As y'all said, really not in any sort of threat at all from New England. Carlos Hill was pretty much nullified the entire game. Big chances, moved the ball around. Even though they have more possession than we did, it wasn't any sort of like productive around the box possession.
Well,
it was that type of possession we talked about Charlotte that was frustrating us so early in the season, where it was just back and forth on the back line, but not really moving it forward.
But if you have an extra man, you should have more possession.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so that wasn't super surprising, but in my opinion, you really couldn't tell that we were down a man the way that they were playing. They were running from whistle to whistle. So I was very, very happy after the game. Obviously, you would love to score 2, 3, 4, but once you're down a man, it's kind of preserve mode to a certain degree at that point, and they did a phenomenal job. So
6 points in the last 2 games.
Exactly. That's how you want to go.
We had to have that going into the break. So
from where we were, it's nice to finish the stand with 6 points.
Yep. Absolutely. And I'm going to yell this just so everybody can hear me. Sorry, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but but yes, at the end of the day, it was Charlotte 1, it was New England 0, and that's all 3 points to Charlotte. That's all that really matters at the end of the day. So put a bow on that into the right into the break. So
love it. So Charlotte was only managed to score 1 goal this weekend, but there are tons of teams that had no problem finding the back of the net. Goals galore. 3 games out of the week had a combination of 24 goals just in 3 games. So 2 I'm going to highlight for you. Cincinnati put 6 in the net, Orlando City 2. So we love to see Orlando score. But Cincinnati, could this be the start of them turning something around, scoring 6 goals?
Can you please tell that stat that you were telling me before?
6 goals allowed by Orlando. Going into the break, only 11 games played. Orlando has given up 44 goals.
With this one?
Yeah, with that one included. But 4 goals a game against, that is not great. So, that was insane when I was looking at those stats. But, 44 goals.
So with Griezmann coming in, they're going to have to score everybody.
They're going to have to score.
So 8 goals in that game. We had another game that had 8 goals. We had DC United put 4 in the back of the net, and so did Montreal. So that game ended in a 4-4 tie.
Shout out Olusu with the Hattie in that.
But yes, another game with 8 goals, and there's even one more that you'll just have to wait and see who that was.
Nashville, they continue their dominance in the East. They beat NYCFC.
That's a normal soccer score.
Yeah, 2-1 on this one. So just 3 goals.
Yeah, only 3 goals.
And then Columbus beats our rival Atlanta 2-0. So after they fired their coach, they rebound with a 2-0 draw.
Absolutely.
2-0 win.
Yes, thank you.
Hard to tie it 2-0. But now ATL putting the L in ATL, as we like to see.
Yeah.
I didn't do that very
the
well.
L into ATL.
Yeah, but anyway, you all knew what I meant. And then, final two that we are going to talk about here. So Miami. Well, actually, I'll start with Philadelphia. Philadelphia, shout them out. They put 4 on the board against Miami. That's the good news.
Enough.
The bad news is they gave up 6. So it was a 6-4 final there, 10 goals in that game. I chose to watch the other game happening kind of simultaneous, the LAFC Seattle game, which had a grand total of 1 goal like ours. So it was LAFC 1, Seattle 0. I was interested to watch that one just because, LAFC, we hear a lot about them. I wasn't super impressed. It could have been, they won the game against a good Seattle side, so shout that out for what it is. But I didn't see a lot of continuity in that team. I don't know if they're just out of gas right now. They played a lot of games, but I didn't see a lot, in my opinion. So, but either way, they still got the win. So it was 1-0 LAFC over Seattle. And then that takes us right into the standings, which I guess I'll knock out these Westerns to start as I normally do. Not much change from last week, boys and girls. It's almost identical from a record standpoint. Vancouver and San Jose continue to lead at 32 points. Vancouver does have a slight 3-goal differential lead to put them technically in first, but they are tied on points. 3 through 6, it is a cluster right there. So Real Salt Lake, Dallas, LAFC, and Seattle, all only separated by 2 points, starting at 26 points, going down to 24 points there. And we talk about Philadelphia, which I know we will here in a second again, as we typically do, but San Diego as well. They won the Western Conference last year. They are currently out of the playoffs, right? They're sitting in 10th place down there, 11th place down there, out of the playoffs after the defeat this week. So it's one of those things. Maybe it's a curse to be good the year before. I don't know, but kind of crazy to see. And, of course, one thing that never changes, it seems, Sporting Kansas City is still sitting in last. They didn't continue their win streak. They did lose this week, so they continue to be the cellar dwellers of the West. Brian, tell us about these.
So the only team we really care about is Charlotte FC. In the Eastern Conference, sits at 6th place on 21 points. A lot better than a couple of weeks ago. So we're getting to where we need to be going into this break. Still like to be up a little bit more with a little more points, but not bad. And that's because Nashville is leading the Supporters Shield race at a whopping 33 points. Ooh. So we are 4 wins behind the Supporters Shield. So we need to make up some ground.
But remember last year, it was much later in the season that we were quite a bit back, and obviously 9 wins in a row kind of helped that. But can't count on that again. But yes, you are correct. They are getting out front now. I mean, 33 points at this point. That's
a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Then in second place, right behind them, nipping at their heels, is Inter Miami with 31 points on the year.
And then our 3rd and 4th place teams, Chicago sitting in 3rd with 26 points. So there's a decent amount, 5 points between 2nd and 3rd. And then 4th place, New England, they did drop because we beat them. They have 25 points and they're in 4th place.
I really think they're a faux false team.
Yes.
New England. They just, you talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Their stats aren't lining up with their results. I think they're going to drop.
I think that's a team that doesn't make the playoffs. Or if they do, they make the play-in. I think they're going to be down there.
I think, you're on that one. I don't know that they missed the playoffs entirely because they have had such a good start to the season, but we did talk about them being a surprise this year. I don't think anybody saw them being that good. And again, the stats don't necessarily show that they are, other than the fact that they've got 25 points at this point in the season, which is a pretty good number.
Yeah, but there's teams that aren't in that top.
Exactly. We know the Columbuses of the world, the Cincinnatis of the world, right? Those perhaps. Unless they're giving up 4 goals a game.
Well, no.
But yes, at the end of the day, there are teams that we kind of expect can pass them, and obviously Charlotte being one of them as well. But they've been a surprise. I do think they drop all the way out of the playoffs would be.
I think they make the play-in game. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Okay. But Sporting Kansas City, you are a cellar dweller, but you are not the worst cellar dweller. The wooden spoon still currently remains in the city of brotherly love, but they don't have much love right now for our soccer team because their team only has 7 points on the season. So maybe Philadelphia, you should also have a eulogy for your soccer team.
It is good as bad for them. That was,
you're like a solid, 7 games out of first place.
More than that, almost. I mean, yeah, they're. Oof,
Oh, yeah, you're like.
They're miles
9.
back at this point. It's
9
it's
wins out of first. 9 wins out of first.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, 7 points at this point would be so miserable. Could you imagine doing this show every week and being at 7 damn points?
Philly didn't get a lot of snow this year, so they're trying to collect the wooden spoons so they can put them under the pillows for next year.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that makes sense, and that really puts a crown. I can't talk on this particular segment. Going into the break, obviously now we got a nice little 7-8 week break in between. So looking at the standings though, and you mentioned Charlotte being a little lower than maybe we want, and I don't disagree, but they're not bad. Like
we're right there in the middle.
We can make a move. We're not too low, which is the important thing, right? We're not down there where Philly's at or anywhere close, right? So they're right in the mix. Get hot coming out of the break, and we'll be just fine.
Yes.
So look forward to that, and we'll kind of
July 22nd.
July 22nd.
Game.
Yep.
Wednesday night.
Long time.
It's a Wednesday night.
Man, what y'all doing that night? No, we'll be there.
We'll be
going
there.
to the Charlotte FC game.
Absolutely. And shout out our new friends, Peter and Jan as well. I hope I got those names right. They were the ones sitting behind us. They said they would be there. Well, come to think of it, nice people that we met at the game as well. So put a crown on that and into a kind of a new segment for you coming up after the break. All right, and then right into it, kind of a new segment for you guys. It's, I guess, probably just really a one-time segment, but it's still preview. We'll call it the match day preview, but with a little bit of a twist. So as we just mentioned, obviously Charlotte on break for the next couple of months. Why? World Cup time. Everybody needs to get excited. Team USA, 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 right?
USA.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Hey.
Yes. All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Can't wait. Patriotism at its finest. Can't wait to watch it. You say what?
Sam's Army? No,
Sam's Army. I think you're right.
What's the supporters people called? Sam's Army?
Yeah. You got it right. We'll be a part of that this coming Sunday, that is. So the kind of not final tune-up, but second to final tune-up game is being played in Charlotte. 3:30 on Sunday against a very good Senegal team. That's going to be a tough one. The national team is currently ranked 16th in the world. If I didn't mention it, this is kind of our preview. We're just jumping into it. So wanted to get a little bit of an outlook on how we think the World Cup can go for the U.S., right? So we got the 26-man roster today. Actually, it leaked a couple of days ago, but officially it came out today. On that, I'm not going to name all 26 players. But out of it, there's 3 goalkeepers. There's 5 central defenders, including one Tim Ream. 5 fullbacks. Only 4 central or defensive midfielders, which is kind of a talking point. 2 attacking midfielders, 4 wingers, and 3 strikers. Some of the notable players that did not make the squad: Diego Luna and Tanner Tessman, a favorite of mine, actually. As far as the fixtures go, so obviously we'll definitely play 3 games. That is the group stage. The top 2 advance. Third place can advance as well, depending on points. We'll get into that more as we get closer to the World Cup. But for the U.S., they start out with Paraguay, who is currently ranked 40th in the world. Gets progressively harder from there. Then they have Australia. Let me go back to Paraguay first. Paraguay is Friday, June 12th at 9 p.m. So set your alarms, and also, I guess set your double alarm for the morning. It's going to be a late night. Australia is the next game. They're ranked 27th in the world. That is a week from that day. So that is Friday, June 19th, 3 p.m. Get off work a little bit early on that Friday. And then the final group stage game will come against the toughest one. That is Turkey, or Turkey, depending on how you want to pronounce it. They are ranked 22nd in the world. I guess that's really all I have for the I gave you guys the info. What do we think about the team? What do we think a good finish is for the United States this year?
Well, before we start about a good finish, I think 100% Pat would have made this World Cup.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because they put Zendejas on there, and Pat would have definitely taken the place of the Zendejas.
I hate it for him.
Pat, we love you. We know you would have been there. We hope you're getting well and recovering. Good finish for the U.S. men's national team. I mean, looking at our group, if we don't get out of our group, that is just
that's utter
terrible.
failure. That's
Like,
utter
terrible.
failure. Yeah.
When looking at some of the other groups, there's only we saw 2 groups that really look like they're going to be competitive more than they're just being like 2 teams that seem
Group I and Group L.
Group L, yeah.
Yes.
So definitely get out of our group. But that being said, I think there's going to be a lot of other teams that are ranked higher than us in the world that also get out of their groups pretty easily. I would like to say, I'm going to say a good finish for us would be, hope we get to the round of 16, obviously, if we get out of our group. No?
Because this year it goes to
there's
32.
so many more.
It goes 32 and then, yeah.
Well, I guess statistically, if we're 16th in the world, getting to the round of 16th would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think the Elite 8, if you will, I don't know what you call the quarterfinals of Elite 8 of soccer.
We'll call it that. I like that. Elite 8. We're in America.
I think them getting to top 8 in the World Cup would be a huge success for this team, especially coming out there. And I don't think, if they have a good team with a lot of good players playing across in good clubs. So if they have a good camp and they get things going, I think they potentially could make a push for that Elite 8.
Yeah, I think generally the host team gets a bit of a bump when they play. I think the bar has got to be round of 16. I think anything below that is a failure. I believe they need to finish first in their group, because if they finish first out of their group, they're going to have an easier path after that. So the bar is round of 16. I would love to see them go to 8. I think they've only went to the 4. The
one time, 2002. Yeah.
And really, I don't think they get there. They've not been playing well enough. But I think I'd be happy around the 16. I think.
What an underdog story, though. You're in your home country. No one's really expecting you to do well. What do you have to lose? Just throw it to the walls and go for it and see what. You're the underdog. No one's going to expect you to be able to hang and play with the Argentinas and the Colombias and the Spains of the world. So if you meet them, go for it. You have nothing to lose. You're expected to lose probably those games. So.
I was right on the money there with Brian. And yes, obviously, the quarterfinal would be a great. And that's something they should certainly shoot for. But I was thinking 7 points out of this group, right? And first place, right? Obviously, all 9 would be great. I think that'd be a good.
Tying? Paraguay?
I would think Turkey. Honestly, Turkey's a very good side. I would worry about that one. And honestly, it could be if we get to that game and don't even need the extra points, right? So I'm 7 to 9 points, though, right? A result in every game in the group is important, in my opinion, to get that first place. But if they can get that, and to your point, win their first game in the knockout stage, get to the round of 16. I think that's at least that is your par right there, right? That is your par. That's something that you should go. Birdie would certainly be getting into that a quarterfinal, and then just seeing what happens from there. You're definitely playing with house money moving forward. But overall, I think that would be anywhere between round of 16, round of 8. That's where that's where we should be, and that's where we are as a country right now. Anything beyond that is just playing with
great. Well, and if you look at Canada's group and Mexico's group, they're most likely also going to get out of their group. So also a good finish for them is you've got to finish better than the Mexico and Canada's. Mexico's going to be the one you're going to be probably pushing for to get farther in the World Cup, but
I think that the heat's going to be a factor. I think that's probably an advantage for us. A lot of these European teams don't know the heat, and
they don't know humid.
Yeah, they don't know the humidity and heat. So
they don't till they get out there. That part is true. Anything on the roster selection that you guys wanted to talk about? Personally, I thought it was a little crazy to only have 4 midfielders, 4 true midfielders. One of which is Weston McKennie, who, at least it seems like with this selection, is going to have to play a little bit further back when he's been doing really well as an attacking player. Because you're really relying on Tyler Adams to not get injured, which is that's a
he's a beast if he plays. But
obviously he's the best that we have at that position and would play 90% of the games. But to not have that's where, again, a Tanner Tessman to me does make a lot of sense, or even a Johnny Cardoso. Cardoso hadn't played very well for the U.S. when he's been in, but he's obviously highly talented and could fit into that position or that mold if an injury were to happen. But that was the one thing that I saw in there. I was like, as long as everybody's healthy, that's fine. But otherwise, little nerve wracking.
The one surprise for me was Diego Luna. I felt like he should have made the squad. I saw a stat today that he started in the last 17 or he played in the last 17 of 18 U.S. men's national team matches, and he doesn't make the roster. So I was a little surprised about that.
Should he have made it in front of Zendejas or in front of Gio Reyna?
Yeah, but Zendejas easily.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge Gio Reyna fan. I think he's good when he's good, but we've
seen what he can do with the national team.
And that's probably why he made it.
Well, but I also think there is something between Gio Reyna and
Pochettino.
Yes, I do think there's some sort of unknown friction between the two of them, but I don't know how you don't put him on the national team, because from
a pure talent standpoint, you could make the argument he's the most talented player.
Whether he puts that on the field,
he never seems to show it quite like that. But yeah, that's my thing with him, is he is very talented, and for whatever reason, he doesn't show it on the club team. Somewhat because he doesn't get too many opportunities. He is injured sometimes and just gets fallen out of favor. I don't know if that's a coachable thing or what, but when he gets to the national team, again, him coming in as an impact sub in the 60th, 70th minute, somewhere around there, I can see it. I actually like Zendejas on the team.
I don't like him. I just didn't think he played a whole lot going into the World Cup.
And he hadn't shown a lot for the U.S., right? Anytime he's been on the team, he hadn't shown a whole lot, but he's balled out for Club America. He gives us a little bit of a different dynamic out there. Again, somebody that can come in late and run around quite a bit, does have the quality on the ball. So we'll see. But yeah, I would say certainly those two players are the two that would be in question. And so.
Looking at this, though, it looks like, what are we going to play at 5-3-2?
I think it'll be more of like a 3-5, but having two wingbacks for sure. I mean, you have 10 defensive players on that roster, right? So that is something that clearly shows the way that they're going to play. I do think it's going to be a 3 center back look, and then I could see a Timothy Weah playing on the right, but at the same time, that could be a Serginho Dest, obviously Anthony Robinson there on the left.
The favorite, Zach Arfston.
Oh my gosh, he'll be. Yeah, Max Arston.
Whatever. He's not good.
Barfston. Well, how about that? You like that?
Yes, I do. Because when he gets on every time, I'm like, and there goes the ball.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, like I said, it's clearly going to at least set up to be a 3-5-2, something like that. Right. I don't know exactly, but it's going to be a 3 center back look is the way I think. And honestly, that's the way they've looked the best over the last year and a half since Pochettino's gotten there. Excited to see it. Again, it is this Saturday at 3:30 is when we will be watching them live, at the bank. So looking forward to
Mane.
Sadio Mane.
Yes, absolutely. Shout him out.
Hey, I got a fun fact for you guys.
Oh, okay. Fun fact time.
Yeah, Tim Ream will be facing off with a former Charlotte FC player against Australia, Riley McGree.
Hey, yeah.
Never played a minute for Charlotte FC.
/never.
One of our first signings.
That was our first signing. Yes, that is wow. He is a legend in Charlotte FC lore.
So much I didn't even know who it was.
Yes, he signed and never played, but
the COVID year.
Yes,
he plays with Malanda now on Middlesbrough.
That's right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to end it right there. I think that's a great fun fact. Honestly, I didn't even think about that, but that's why we do this for you guys right there. The education that we give you, guys. Yeah, like I said, that's all we have for the week. Appreciate you watching. Obviously, these will get a little bit. I don't know if they'll get less scarce. I'm still trying to figure out, or we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with this World Cup. We want to be able to bring that to you as well, but it is called CLT for the week after all. So we
might just have to change it to Ream for the week.
Yeah, that, and then obviously any sort of transfers, right? I think that'll be the big kind of talking point going into the next week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks is obviously we got to find somebody to replace Zaha.
Yeah.
Who is that? So that does end it. One more time for our boy Zaha. Love you, man. Best of luck. And your next,
anywhere else other than MLS.
anywhere else except the United States moving forward. But yeah, that puts a crown on it for the week, for the crown.
And for the week.